Welcome back, ODHtv, Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 Episode 2 with a super quick recap. Let's go. So the Russians got their shipment, Jack, and Detective Carter's team still digging into Tariq St. Patrick. Nobody listens to their bosses in this show. Tariq and Brayden wake up at Stansfield, no money. Brayden's now a real estate agent, and the school assigned Tariq 3 jobs to pay off his financial aid. Kane and Drew out there breaking arms trying to find out who shot at their mother, and Drew know he started this whole thing. Diana thinks she's pregnant. Hope it ain't this clown. Brayden has his little briefcase, but his father's still not talking to him. Then we introduced to Monet's cousin Janet out of nowhere. I guess she's helping her rehab. I'm not sure what her character's gonna do. Noma wants to offload her product to the Russians since their shipment got jacked.
The others won't like it.
Yo, what country is he supposed to be from? Who talks like that? She also suspects him of betrayal, probably because of that weird accent. Davis' new lawyer comes to get him for a suspension hearing, so he breaks her off a piece before they go. Y'all notice his name is Davis MacLean? Instead of McLean like an Irish spelling, they named him MacLean to let us know he macking all the ladies. Kane tells Monet they don't know who shot her, and Noma's setting up a meeting to supply the Russians. Monet, thinking she's still a player in all this, is not having it. She wants to go see Noma herself. And Davis' suspension hearing didn't go as planned. Now he has to go before the board. Effie tells Tariq she's sorry that she ratted to Noma and wants to know if they good.
Fuck no.
They not good. Davis gets back to his office and Carter's there telling him he needs him to cooperate or his fancy friends will mess up his bar hearing just like they did a suspension hearing. Davis said, "You mess with my life, I'll mess yours up." Effie tells Noma she wants more money since she's doing so much. Noma tells her that's not how this works, so Effie offers to set up a meeting with the Russians and Obi is pissed.
Sometimes the right man for the job is a woman with a whole lot of moxie.
That was corny. While Monet is talking with her cousin, she has a flashback of when she was just starting out with baby Kane and Lorenzo. Lorenzo walks in and says, "How's our little hurricane?" So it's safe to assume that's how he got his name, Kane. The flashback shows how Monet was ready to get a package and move up in the world, but Lorenzo was moving scared and slow. This prompts her to take a painkiller and go see Noma. Meanwhile, we have this outlandish scene with Effie and the Russians. She tells the Russian boss that she can hack into the computer and change his daughter's time in the 200-meter backstroke so she can get on a Princeton swim team. Come on, man, really? However, he agrees. Later, Brayden is back at Stansfield talking to Tariq while he's working. Tariq complains about having to work 3 jobs and not having the time to study. Brayden says, "You study?" And they both laugh. I think that was for us because we never see this dude studying, but he was in that canonical studies class like a genius. Look at that little briefcase. Then this dude shows up talking crazy to Tariq about his father and how his mother's about to be kicked out of which sect, and how he's gonna make sure Tariq is behind bars. Yo, this dude has only had a few minutes screen time combined in both episodes, and already I feel like he's gotta go, man. I don't like this guy. Then, Monet shows up high on painkillers at the same time the Russian deal is supposed to take place. So of course the deal is off and the Russians leave, and Monet passes out.
I really enjoyed that story, Edie. I mean, Russians.
Effie is driving Monet back home and she has another flashback of when she was young getting pulled over by the cops and she hides a weapon in Kane's car seat. And when she gets home, she found out that her cousin snitched to Lorenzo about what she did. So after she shows us a little cake, she tells him that she went to go talk to Carlos and got them some product. Lorenzo's pissed and tells her, "Don't mix our kid up with this business, it won't end well." And now she's thinking Kane might have been the one that shot her. Tariq goes to see his mom working her witness protection job at Shop Depot to find out if what Detective Carter said was true. He finds out it's not. Then her supervisor comes over talking crazy to Tasha, getting touchy-feely. Tariq is angry, but Tasha says she has it under control. But Tariq catches him in the parking lot and tells him not to put his hands on her again while stomping on his digits and says if he reports it, he's going to send people to his house to burn it down with him laying inside it. Noma tells Kane he has to set up another meeting with the Russians since Monet messed up the first one. He calls Effie and she agrees to help him out. Meanwhile, Diana takes the pregnancy test and yep, she's pregnant. Back at the house, Drew still wants Monet gone and goes to get her medication. He's about to switch it and Diana stops him. Drew is talking bad about Monet, but we see Monet standing outside the room, but we don't know how much she heard. Tariq is on the road driving back in his hoopty and it breaks down. He calls Brayden to come and get him. Meanwhile, Effie and Kane go see the Russians again and offer him automatic weapons to meet with Noma. He agrees and says from now on he'll only speak with Effie. Later that night, Brayden meets up with Tariq to take him back to the city. Tariq is complaining that he has to get back into the game. He has no money and he's making $11 an hour washing jock straps. Noma finds out they made a deal with the Russians without confirming the details with her. She decides she's gonna punish him. Look at the way she's walking. Look at her face. She looks crazy. Anyway, Kane predicts what she's about to say next, and somehow this impresses her. She sends Obi out of the room, and she wants Kane to explain the plan to her over drinks. So I guess they'll probably get it in on the next episode or two. Tariq wants his car back and finds 2-Bit with it going into a vegan restaurant. He uses his spare key and steals it back.
What the fuck is my shit?
Next, Detective Carter rolls up on Obi, threatening his family's green cards, and takes him into custody. Monet meets up with Tariq and tells him that she doesn't think that her kids are trying to find out who shot her. She doesn't trust him. Tariq tells her that Tommy's mother said that she gave the information out of his mother's whereabouts. Monet says she doesn't even know who that is and wants to know who put her up to it, because that person is going to die.
I mean, games that you playing, I seen. The chance that I'm taking, I mean, these things that I'm saying, I'm sorry.